All right, peeps, we're back again. Another short clip, full on content video for you today. And I want to talk about how you can carry conversations effortlessly on dates. Now, I know this is a very difficult topic for guys. Guys go on dates, they don't know what to say to a girl, they don't know how to be interesting in conversations. And it really tanks their chances with women. They get into their head. And the result is that a lot of guys will start to default towards talking about work, right? Um, Basic, boring crap going on in their lives, small talk that we like to say. It's not stuff that's really engaging to women. And so guys ask, well, how am I supposed to do that? And the answer is really simple. You need to be an interesting person. You need to be an interesting person. If you're not an interesting person, if you're not interested in things, you're going to be bad at conversations. Full stop. Doesn't even matter if it's with an attractive woman or with just some other random person. The more you know about the world and the more experiences you've had, the more interesting you are. So I've done very well with foreign girls because I'm a little bit of a geography geek. Really love geography. I know about random cities and towns, random facts about those places. So I'll talk to a girl and she makes some kind of mention, and I can even guess sometimes where she's from, and then I can ask a lot of questions about that, and I can make assumptions about, oh, did you do this when you were growing up? Some sort of ethnic thing that they would have over in that area. Um, the girls are blown away because they don't expect, Americans in particular to know that kind of stuff, right? So that would make me a great conversationalist, but it doesn't have to even be like with a foreign woman, right? It's just if you're interesting and if you're interested in things and you do things, you want to learn about things, you're curious about the world, there's a natural dynamism to you. So when a woman, maybe she defaults to something with her work, when you talk, if you were to even go to that topic of conversation, I wouldn't recommend lingering there too long, by the way, but even if you were to go on that topic of conversation, you would be either going to how she feels about the work, as in why does she do it, what is exciting about it for her, what emotions does it cultivate, because you always want to get to the emotional aspect, or you're going to really be curious about exactly some of the aspects of it. So it's not just like very surface level. Now, again, work is not something you want to go into too much. I'm not saying that you ignore the topic altogether, but you don't want to go into it too much usually because it tends to be a safe, stale topic. So if a girl does mention she's in finance, you're going to want to make an illusion from that she's a psychopath, right? Something like that. That's going to create a little bit of positive tension there. Um, and, you're not going to want to linger too much on it. But if she says that, she grew up in a certain location, you're going to want to, like, and you can make absurd statements. Like, if you know a river goes through that town, you can just say, oh, so like you guys used to swim in that river, right? Growing up, did you guys used to swim in the river growing up? She'd be like, oh my God, no, it was disgusting. But the thing is, you've still connected with her on an emotional level. And importantly, when you talk about things, especially from childhood with a woman, what you're doing is you're drawing out nostalgic emotions from that time period. And most people have, some positive childhood memories. And so what you're doing is you're making her feel connected to those positive memories, and she's associating that connection with you. But the important things here, I really want to hammer home, is that you need to be curious and you need to be interested in people. You need to be interested in the world. And if you're not, if you're trying to figure out, well, how can I make other people think I'm interesting? How can I be safe? You're not going to be good in conversations. You're going to suck in conversations. You got to be willing to go out there. And it's much better for you to even take risks with some of the things that you say. For instance, if you're even, you want to annoy, I don't recommend taking this course because it's a very, It's a very cliched one, but I'm from Jersey, so some people will mention about the Jersey Shore, right? TV show Jersey Shore. Now, that annoys a lot of people from Jersey. I see me. I'm getting a little bit of a Jersey Shore tan, which is about as good as I can get, right? But that's still though you don't, as long as you don't stay there in a really, as long as, like, if you amplify and you say, I bet you used to go out there, Jersey Shore, fist pumping, Fourth of July, pumping American flags and stuff like that, uh, getting into fights, Jaeger bombs and Heinekens, all that kind of shit. If you were to say that to a girl from Jersey, she would laugh. She might get, and if she was a Jersey Shore girl, she might laugh, get a little playfully defensive. But again, you're tapping into certain memories here, and then that can easily segue into all sorts of different stories. As Tony's saying in the chat right here, it's social skills. It's social skills, and it's really this ability to take that social skills, but then throw in banter with it as well, to be able to mess with people. But yeah, a lot of guys, what happens is they go on a date, and what they think about is they don't want to come across in a way that's going to be offensive to the girl, and they're thinking about what the girl wants to talk about. What should we talk about? They're not thinking about what's interesting to them about the girl. And this is why, another reason it's so important is that when you are interested in things, and you're being imaginative and playful and curious about somebody else's life, what you're also doing at the same time is you're qualifying that person. So you have a girl, and she's telling you about some of the things that she cares about in her childhood because you've sparked that direction of conversation. You're actually sizing her up. You're seeing what kind of person she was, whether she was fun when she was growing up, whether she's interesting herself. The thing is, if you're an interesting person, then you want to be looking at a girl and trying to pull out whether or not you want to be talking to her, wondering whether or not she's interesting. It's not so much that you're focused on yourself. Like, whenever I talk to people, my assumption is that a lot of people are just not going to be very interesting. Um, that's less and less true because, I meet a lot of really interesting people these days because of my circles. And so I'm really curious about them and stuff. But a lot of people just aren't very interesting. And as years have gone on, I've come to the conclusion that many people's lives are very, very small. And if that's you, then you're going to have a hard time connecting with high caliber people and high caliber women. So I can't even tell you how many, like, very high net worth, very, like, powerful individuals that I've been able to connect with simply because I've been curious and interested in things, and they sense that. They want to be around you. And it's the same thing with women. They have a different reason. A man, a more powerful individual might want to pull you in because he sees potential in you. He wants to mentor you. But a woman is going to see that, and she's going to be like, wow, this guy's actually, like, he's really interesting. He's got such a cool life. And she wants to be a part of that life, right? Now, you want to have a balance between, if you can't go out and do things at the moment, curiosity is really huge because it shows imagination. It shows a desire to go and explore. But even better, of course, is actually going out and seeing these various places in doing various things. Because if you have a reservoir of memories, like you've gone cliff jumping, you canoed down this river, camped out in the mountains for like a week or two, backpacked across Europe, you have all these different memories, you have all these different stories, lived in a foreign country, whatever. You are then able to, it's like she can't even peg you. There's so many different things that she's attaching onto. And it's like anything that she throws out there, you have some way of connecting to it, either directly or through a close friend, right? Somebody else did this and you're aware of this, right? And that makes it easy to connect with anyone. And as Tony says, also, as you go and you dig into this, you get to find out whether someone is not only simply boring themselves, but whether they're crazy. And there's some crazy, crazy girls out there. And you want to find out, like, if she's insane in a good way or a bad way. So, anyway, guys, um, seems simple, right? Not too complicated at the end of the day. If you want to have carry interesting conversations on dates, you got to be interested and you have to be interesting. Easier said than done, perhaps, but you can get the ball started now. Cultivate an attitude towards life of openness and curiosity and excitement. You change your vibe, even aside from the information you know, you change your vibe, you will completely transform your dynamics with women and you will attract them very, very quickly and very, very easily. I will see you next time. Don't forget to sign up for my email list, get the masterclass, do coaching with me. All the links are in the description below. I will see you there. Like this video and subscribe, by the way.